Hey, welcome again to another solar video on the channel. My name is Ivan and I'm the founder and head of growth at Maxim Media. We're a solar marketing agency that specializes in solar growth and solar sales. Now, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, well, really what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically play a recording, right? So if you wanna skip to that end, you're more than welcome to. But what I wanna tell you is that take as much notes as you possibly can, because I guarantee you that you can take the information that you're gonna hear in this recording and apply it from when you sell over the phone or from a distance. And if you want to make more money selling solar this year, make sure to check out the first link in the description and download the Solar Sales Black Book. It's going to show you everything you need to know about selling from a distance, pretty much. Okay, and best part is it's entirely free. I'm not going to charge you anything for it. I want to give as much value as I possibly can. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do, because I'm going to be posting a lot of content throughout this year regarding solar sales and solar marketing, so be sure to be subscribed to it. Now, give this video a massive thumbs up if you like the content of this video, and more people will get to actually see it. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Hello.
Hi, is available?
This is she.
Hi, this is over with. How are you doing today?
I'm well, thanks.
So we had just received your inquiry that you filled out on Facebook about our solar program. Just was wondering if you had some time to go over that.
Yeah, I'm out in the field right now, but...
Well, if you want, I can call you back in a few minutes when you get inside.
What do you need?
Well, it's just kind of wanted to go over the solar program with you to let you know that we can help you out here really quickly, saving a lot of money and putting $2,000 cash in your pocket for doing so.
Okay, let me walk up here. My husband's out in the garage, and I'll put it on speakerphone, and you can talk to him, too.
Sure, absolutely.
Give me just a second. I had to go put a little goat in. She got out.
How's your day going so far out there?
It's nice. We're supposed to hit 74 today, and
Perfect.
It's just kind of cloudy and just nice.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. Let me put you on speakerphone. You there?
I'm here, yeah.
Okay, this is with that program I was telling you that I put in with the other day, Energy. Okay. This is my husband.
Hi, how's it going? My name is.
Hi.
How are you doing today, sir?
Oh, not too bad.
I hear the weather is like perfect out there right now.
Yeah, it is.
Our headquarters is here in Phoenix, and it's 104 degrees today.
Oh, last time I was in Phoenix, it was 122, and only time I was ever in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Went over to my buddy's place where he was staying at an apartment, and I thought, I'm going to jump in the pool and get cooled off. And it was like jumping in a hot tub.
That's how the summers get here. But I will say that the other 8 months out of the year are pretty perfect. So you do suffer for 4 to 5 months, but outside of that, it's pretty nice. But yeah, it gets hot. Well, anyways, going forward, so kind of before the COVID-19 hit really hard, there was roughly 10 to 12,000 people that were moving into the state of Idaho each month. With that number being as high as it is, the generation of electricity goes up, and then in turn your utility bill goes up, which I'm sure you may have noticed throughout the last year to 2 years. Who is your guys' current utility company?
Right now it's...
Perfect. All right.
Years?
Yeah.
7 years?
Yeah, we've had pretty much for about the last 12, 14 years.
Gotcha. And then how much are you guys paying for your electricity in the winter months?
Oh,
I put down an average of 120 because I wasn't exactly sure.
I think it was a little more than that. It's about 145, 150 maybe.
In the 150 in the winter, and how about in the summertime?
Well, we're in a brand new, not a brand new, new to us house, so we don't know. This is our first summer here.
Gotcha.
I can tell you in the fall, in September of last year, that's when we moved in, I want to say it wasn't all that bad as I recall. It was like maybe 90 to $100.
Got you. Perfect. And what's the square footage on that home?
Just over 2,200, I think, or just under.
Just under 2,200.
Got you. Perfect. Thank you. So kind of where we come into play. So Idaho Power, they're going to raise their rates, every year or every other year. So if you guys are paying, 150 to 160 in the wintertime now, you next year or this winter you could be paying possibly, up to 170 to 180. These companies kind of raise their rates as people move into the state to match the demand for the electrical grid. And they're monopoly companies, and they have the ability to do that, which is unfortunate to the consumer because it becomes unaffordable. So we switch people over to solar at a $0 down cost, so nothing comes out of your pocket at any point in time signing up or being approved for the program, which is really nice. On top of that, once the solar panels are installed, which we do all of the installation for you, we do all of the permitting for you, all of the interconnection with your current utility company for you, and that usually takes around 30 to 40 days for it to be up on the roof after you guys sign the papers stating that you're ready to go. You then get your first 2 months completely free, so you don't even see an electricity bill until after 60 days. And then we put a $2,000 check or a Visa gift card in your pocket just for going solar with our company. That's kind of our COVID-19 debt relief promotion that we're running right now with people being out of work and whatnot, trying to just, help out people. And, the 2 months free plus $2,000 really kind of goes a long way for some people right now.
Oh, yeah, it would.
So that's kind of the promotion that we're running right now. And, if you apply that $2,000 check that we're going to give you into your solar payments, you can have anywhere from like a year to 2 free years of free electricity, which is pretty awesome too. So the good thing is that when you do go solar, your solar panel payments are going to completely take over your current Idaho Power bill. So you're no longer going to have to pay Idaho Power anymore. You'll just be making your solar payments, which is guaranteed to be anywhere from 30 to 50% cheaper than what you guys are currently paying throughout the year to Idaho Power, which is really nice. So your solar panels will generate 100% of that electricity for the house. You'll be free and clear of that utility company that's always going to raise their rates. You'll be paying, a fixed rate payment. So we get you at a fixed rate, and then that's what your payment stays at for the entire time that you're in that home. It's either a 25-year program or for however long you're in the home for. So either one of those two things, which is really cool too.
Okay. Well, we're going to be in the home forever.
Perfect. So then that even.
This is where the coroner's going to pick up the bodies.
Yeah. So you guys are currently in a lifelong, contract right now, essentially with Idaho Power, and like I said, they can raise their rates at any point in time. So this is going to give, any homeowner the opportunity to, generate their own electricity at a much lower cost.
What kind of battery bank is going to be required on that?
So they don't come with batteries. They don't really necessarily need a battery. You can add a battery on it, but it doesn't really keep it very cost effective. The batteries can be anywhere from like $12,000 to $14,000, depending on the one that you are interested in.
Well, one of the reasons I ask is I have a CPAP.
Okay.
We've been here 9 months, and we've already lost power 4 times. And at night, when the power goes out, I don't sleep.
I got you. So then, yeah, we could add on a battery for sure. And then if that's the case, then it would be actually very beneficial for you. So the good thing is that, well, and I can kind of, and we can address that battery situation kind of towards the end here when I go over some of the pricing with you guys. But if you guys have already lost power in 9 months, then it might be beneficial to just add on a battery. And then the way that would work is if the electrical grid went out on that street, you guys would obviously still remain up and running with that battery, which is great.
I would like to have, and I've got a friend that is off grid basically.
Yeah.
And he's strictly solar.
Gotcha.
And he told me, he says, it doesn't take a lot, 2-3 batteries, and he said, he dedicated the one circuit that he has for CPAP
Yeah.
to that, so that, you know, that's all that's pulling the power is that one circuit.
Right.
And, you know, I don't know that much about electrical. All I know is enough to get shocked. So,
I hear you.
anyway,
Well, yeah, we can definitely obviously address the battery, and you know, if that's something that you definitely want to do, then 100% we would love to do that for you. You know, another good thing is, of course, obviously it's environmentally and eco-friendly going solar, and then the third little piece here is really important to the two of you is going to be that home value. So putting solar on that roof raises the home value anywhere from 18% to 27%. Current market in Idaho for solar is 22.5%. So I know that you guys said that you're going to stay in the house forever, but just know that you guys are covered by the fact that if you ever did move, you now made a huge investment on that home, or if you pass that home on to family, you know, same thing. That home value raises pretty tremendously, which is great. Our solar panels that we put on the roof are under warranty for free that we add on for 25 years. So if any type of natural damage happens to those panels, any type of natural act of God, they're under warranty.
Do they have to go on the roof?
It doesn't have to. We can do a ground mount. Ground mount usually can cost anywhere from like $3,000 to $5,000 more because of the trench work that they'll have to do.
Okay, the reason I say that is because we have some tall fir trees along the east side of the home, and we do have wind, and off to the west of the house it's just open.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you'd want to get further out that way to catch more sun anyhow. So,
well, so what happens is, and we can do whatever you feel comfortable with doing. They don't have to go on the roof, but they can do a ground mount, and it's not too expensive to do it. So, but what we can do is, what happens is after you guys are approved for the program, one of our engineers comes out to the house and they do a site survey with you guys. They kind of walk the ground. They'll walk the grounds with you. They'll make sure that the roof is qualified to basically hold the panels. And then at that point, you can kind of be like, say, we want to do a ground mount, or he might tell you that it's perfectly fine to put them on the roof. You don't need to do a ground mount. And then they kind of do some design work with you, some blueprinting work. It's kind of the fun part for you guys a little bit. And then you can kind of address that at that point, because he'll be able to better tell you what's going to be the most efficient for you. He'll be able to better tell you if it's actually going to work perfectly fine on the roof, even though you guys have a couple trees around there, and so on and so forth.
Right. And we do have a tall mountain over 7,000 off to the southeast of us. So morning sun in the winter,
After 10 o'clock.
yeah, is going to be after 10 o'clock.
Okay.
But in the summertime, I mean, we get a lot of sun.
Yeah. Well, the way that it works kind of too, which is really nice, is the solar panels kind of work off of a credit system, right? So your panels generate X amount of electricity, and then you use X amount of electricity throughout the months, throughout the year. And then the way that it works is the panels are going to generate you guys anywhere from 2 to 5 times the amount of electricity that you're actually going to use throughout the year, and it banks those credits.
Okay.
It banks those credits. So on some days where, let's just say it's raining and dark for 3 weeks straight, you guys are still going to have electricity because it's going to just pull from the banked credits that you guys stored on months that you're not using as much electricity, rather than to the months that you use more electricity.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
So
makes
it's kind
sense.
of cool how that works too. So that's why I was saying, the battery thing doesn't necessarily have to be a thing that you need to do, but if you're telling me that you've lost power 4 times in the last 9 months, maybe it's beneficial to throw a battery on there, just so you guys can always have power if it goes out, in the neighborhood. And then the last little part that I wanted to kind of touch on here is just going to be the tax credits, which is really huge for you guys. So you're going to get back a 26% tax credit from the federal government, or from the government when you guys file your taxes in 2021 for the year 2020. So whatever the total system cost is going to be. When you file your taxes next year, you'll get a 26% refund back of the total cost. And then Idaho actually runs the best state incentives for going solar in the country right now. So because solar is probably, anywhere from 4 to 5 years, somewhat newer in Idaho, they are going to pay you $5,000 a year to go solar for 4 years and a total of $20,000 bucks. So essentially, within the federal tax credit that you're going to get back and the state of Idaho tax credit that you're going to get back within 4 years, right there, just off government incentives, you guys will probably be anywhere from 80 to 100% paid for your system just off of government incentives.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's that's huge. Obviously, Idaho and the federal just alone are almost going to essentially pay for your system just for going solar, which is awesome. Depending on the system size that you're obviously going to need, but you're going to get anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 in government incentives just for going solar. So plus the $2,000 that we give you, and that's it. You don't have to put those things back into the system to pay it off as quick as you may want to. It's your money. But if you were to put that back into the system, it pays it off probably anywhere from 4 to 6 years.
Okay.
So then
that would be nice.
It's awesome. And then it obviously
and
helps out
after that,
if you guys
after
wanted to
that 4 to 6 years, what occurs that the system is paid for? Now what?
So then you guys don't make any of your solar payments anymore, and then you just start generating free electricity for the rest of your time being in that home.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to explain that to you. He explained it to me. My wife was just asking how it's tied into the electrical grid, and it feeds back into the lines, and they meter it going back out.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Into the line, and
that's absolutely
that's
correct.
where the credits come from.
Yep, that's correct.
The credits are theirs. We just make the payment until the system is paid for. So
yeah, you guys are basically generating those credits, right? You know what I mean? And they're your credits, essentially, that you're basically just paying for through the system. You're not actually having to pay Idaho Power. You're going to just be paying your credit, your system. But they're able to, view and see those credits that you guys are generating and so on and so forth because you stay interconnected with them kind of. So that's kind of how that works.
Okay. Yeah. I kind of understand a little bit of that because, like I say, I have a few friends that, well, I have one, he is standalone, off-grid, and I have some that have, I call it power assist. They don't have a system that'll take care of everything, but anyhow, it takes care of about 50.
Yeah, I got you. Those are cool too. I mean, it's always going to just save you money throughout the long run. You know what I mean? Like obviously, it's not you're going to save a ton of money and still. They
didn't go for the whole system. They just went to so it would assist them in the power bill. And
gotcha.
I don't know why they didn't, but
yeah, I would never. Yeah, of course. So then the next little piece that I would just need to kind of get from you guys is just going to be if you guys can kind of send me over any recent utility bill.
Okay.
And that's the usage that there's gonna be a graph on that bill that's gonna show your guys' usage that you guys have had since you've lived in that house. And that's gonna basically allow me to get the correct system size to make sure you guys are 100% throughout the year. And then I can kind of get some numbers squared away, shoot you a call back, let you know how much your payments are going to be, let you know how much you guys are going to be saving throughout the years, and then kind of go from there, and then we can kind of get the ball rolling.
Okay. Now I have an app on my phone. It's called Cam Scanner, and I can take a picture of that bill and send it in a PDF format to you.
Yeah. If you want to you could shoot that over to my email address if that works.
Yeah, and if you could send me your email address and that.
Yeah, if you'd like, I can shoot you an email right now. This way you have my email.
Okay.
What's your email, sir?
My email is
okay.
740.
740?
Correct. At Gmail.
Perfect. So I'm just going to subject this utility request
this
All
is
right.
something that we just sold a house last year, and this is hopefully our last home.
Yeah, awesome.
And
So
I
then
just retired, so anyhow, this is something
seems like-
we kind of looked at and wanted to.
Yeah, it seems like if this is going to be the house, especially that you guys are going to be in for maybe the rest of your lives, then it couldn't be kind of more perfect of a program for you. You know, some people that are looking to move out of their house in 3 to 4 years, it still can be beneficial for them within that time. But for people who are going to be there for life, it's kind of a no-brainer because you're just keeping your bills stabilized. You know, you're generating your own electricity rather than, you know, renting electricity from Idaho Power, you know, at a much lower cost. It just kind of makes a lot of sense, you know?
Okay. Now, I have a metal roof on this house.
Yeah, that's no problem.
That should actually be a plus.
It is a plus, yeah. Some people think that. Some people think, yeah, it's pretty cool too that you kind of know a little bit about it too. Some people think that they can't do it if they have a metal roof, but it works a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing, like I say, I was a little concerned about is these. I don't know. We have 7 or 8 larger fir trees along the east side of the house.
Okay.
I haven't seen. We've had some pretty good winds. Haven't seen limbs that have come down, but
Okay.
you know, I just didn't. I was a little concerned about possible damage and that sort of thing because when there's damage, hey, you don't have your power.
Yeah,
So,
no, and it's obviously better to be cautious. And like I said, when you guys get approved, within anywhere. So today's Monday, so if we get you guys approved today for it, basically it's probably on Wednesday morning, one of our engineers will come out. They'll walk the house with you, and you can kind of, you know, establish and tell them all these concerns, and they'll be able to really get a better understanding of it.
And where is this person going to come out of? Boise?
There's 2 different. There's one in Boise, and then there's one a little bit more north of Boise. I forgot the city that he's in, but there's 2. There's one in Boise, and then there's one a little bit more north of Boise.
Okay. I was just curious. Is it Coeur d'Alene? Could be Coeur d'Alene. I don't know.
That's it. Coeur d'Alene. That's exactly it.
Yeah. And we're kind of just about dead center in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Either way, it's going to be about a 5-hour drive for them.
Okay, yeah, that's not a problem. No worries.
So
it's obviously, you know, that's the most important part is kind of them going out there and walking those grounds with you. So.
Right. Now, as far as, let's say there is a limb that comes down and damages a panel in the system. How soon do we get a repair response?
Someone will be out in 24 hours of the time that you call in and make that claim.
Okay.
Yeah. And if it's obviously something that is, you know, affected the entire system and you're out of power, then they'll be there obviously sooner. But it's a 24-hour turnaround time for them to come out and fix that panel. They're pretty quick with it, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of important when you live way out like we do.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, I mean, Salmon is out in the middle of nowhere, and that's why we're here.
Yeah.
It's about 4,000 people in the entire county, and maybe 3,000 in the town of Salmon. So, you know,
we had one case of
COVID.
We had one case of COVID up here, by the way. Only one.
Are you serious?
That's it.
Wow. When you think about it, it's like, how'd that person even get it?
Well, I don't know.
Californians come through.
Yeah, there's a lot of, we get a lot of tourists and stuff coming through this area and on their way to places in Montana and such. And anyhow, we figured that's probably how it happened because not everybody anchored down in place when this went on.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Anyhow, and healthy living up here, you know. We're in God's country.
Yeah. It's funny. You're not the first person that I've heard say that about living up north in Idaho. That's pretty funny.
Well, I'll tell you, if you've never been here, you owe it to yourself.
Yeah.
To take a trip. You really do.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just absolutely beautiful. I would love to. I've been to Boise once, and I did like Boise. Boise was cool too.
Well, you're out of Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix is big. You've got all those areas around Phoenix and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we've never lived in a large town.
Right.
Probably the biggest we've lived in was maybe 100,000.
Okay.
And ready. But no, one of the things that I had considered doing when I did retire was if I happened to have a little bit of extra money, I was thinking of starting a solar company up here because there's a lot of people in this area. A friend of mine is a realtor, and you go what they call downriver, and there is no power down there. You either have a propane generator or you have solar.
Oh, wow.
And there's a lot of people live down there because it's even more remote, and they love it. So I thought, gee, that would play right in.
We sell in 10 different states, and Idaho has been, within the last year to 2 years, our top seller, even over Arizona. We've just been selling so much solar in Idaho, and I think that partially becomes because of that state incentive, getting $20,000 back. Obviously, everyone gets the federal incentive, but Idaho pays $20,000 over 4 years just for going solar. So, like I said, depending on your system size, some people who have smaller system sizes, their entire system is completely paid off for free just from government incentives. So at that point, it's a no-brainer. It's like, what are you even thinking about? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to say no to that. So I think that's kind of the reason why Idaho has just blown up with, solar sales. It's pretty awesome.
Let's move forward.
Yeah,
Send
absolutely.
me your email.
Yeah, I shot you an email to your email already, so then you should have my email in there.
I will
send me
go up
that PDF.
and copy that and send it off to you so we can get the ball rolling.
All right. I appreciate that. So, yeah, I'll be looking for that in my email, and then I'll get those numbers crunched for the two of you, and then I'll call you guys back in like 20 to 30 minutes after I get that email, okay?
Okay, sounds good. I appreciate this.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem.
And I'll go get this taken care of right now.
All right. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for your time and patience on letting me go over that program with you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye.